This is Kitzur Yomi as we continue learning Simin Mem Beis, the halachos of Anhagas during a Su'uda. We pick it up from Sif Vav. Teaches the Kitzur Shnayim Sheyeshin al Shulchan Afilu Kol Echad Kar Shalai Lefanav. Each one has their own plate. I mean, Peiros Shal Echad Chal Lefanav. Each one has his own fruit. Mikol Makoim. So you're each sitting there with your own food. Still, Hagadol Paished Yadai Tchila. The gadol is the one that takes first. And if you go and you take before the guy who's greater, then you are considered a glutton. Two people are eating from one plate. One stops, take a drink. What's the derech eretz? You eat and you wait for him. The second person should wait for him. There's three people. Two people don't have to stop for one person. Continues the Kitzur. You're allowed to use bread for your needs. No 21. Kotzim Mishabura Kafai and Aleph. For example, you're allowed to use bread to cover a utensil. Funny means if the bread has not become disgusting. Amomidi de mimasbei. Saying that comes repulsive. Loy hilkach. Ein seimchan bayis akara. One should not support a dish with bread. Imhi malaya davar. If the dish is filled with something. Shem yipol al hapasi ma'is. Why? Because if it falls in the bread becomes disgusting. You're eating food together with bread. And using the bread to scoop up the food, to fold up the food. Be careful to eat a little bit of the bread, and it should not just be a straight up utensil. Why? Because you don't want the bread to be repulsive. You don't want the bread is just being used. Siftas also lizard pas, you're not allowed to throw bread. Even if it's not repulsive, throwing bread is a bizayin. But other foods, nowadays if they get disgusting, then mutter, then you're allowed to throw them. Nuts with a shell, apples, etc. It is mutter. One should not sit on a sack of fruit. Why? Because it's going to get repulsed by crushing it. Now to wash your hands of the wine of Sharmashkim Shemizayin. It's a bizayin for the beverages. You don't leave food lying on the floor. Food that's fit for people. Don't feed it to animals. It's a bizayin seviyot. And use bread for medicinal purposes of then it gets disgusting, still mutter, it is mutter. Be very careful with breadcrumbs. You don't want to throw them in a place that someone's going to walk on them. It's going to embarrass and degrade them. What do you do with your bread? You gather it up, and then you give it to the birds. You have another usage from it. Don't drink facing the people. Modesty. If you turn your face a little bit, you don't have to turn your face. I guess, drinking on camera is not so becoming, but if that's the only way to give the shir, then what are we going to do? You should not watch people eat and drinking, not the portion in front of him. Any food that you serve to a person that smells good, it's a pungent taste, a good aroma. And a person is ta'iv on it, a person craves it, then the person who's craving it, you should give him a little bit, and to the waiter, lafisha mazik alav. Why? Sharaya adam eichel shu misav eloiv in eichel, a man who could cause someone to get harmed, the saliva and whatnot. Sifta azav litain Adam lachi shakiv someone to eat ela lemisha yodea boy, unless he knows about him. She till yadav vivarich, then he's gonna wash his hands first. But if you're not sure, then it is inappropriate. Note 41 points out from the Mishpura Kufsamachtes that when you're doing a mitzvah, you're giving someone tzedakah, you're giving an ani, you want to give him a drink, you don't have to be worried whether he's going to make a bracha. Isha she'ein bayila ima, a woman whose husband is not with her, ein la lishtas yayin. She not drink wine v'makam acher. If she's in another place, she'll live it's not her own home. Filum bayila ima. Asur lishtais, it's not senua for a woman to drink wine. V'adin sharmashkin mishtakar, any drink with alcohol. V'avim yirigil lishtas yayin. If she drinks all the time of neibayla, then mutar's lishtas ma'at shalov neibayla. We're not as concerned. Sif Yudzayin Asal Aruch Litan Klumi Menelev Neyam Arich, a guest is not allowed to take any food in front of them. Litan Biyad Benaya Beitaya Balabayis to give to the son, the daughter of the host. Why? Maybe he doesn't have any more food and he's giving you the guest. Don't give it away. He's not. He's going to be embarrassed. If there's a lot of food on the table, then mutter. Give me food. Until they tell him it's time for the meal. It does not suffice for his owner. When there's not enough for the owner to eat himself, you're not allowed to eat. What do you mean he invited me? But still, if he doesn't have food for himself, and it's difficult to do tshuva from this. We conclude today with Sifya Taz. Also, not leave his place before after a meal. You should not do. Go out to the door. Be careful, because why we're worried you're going to forget benching. If you love it, you go whether you come back or not, you're allowed to continue eating and then make berachas mazon. The key when she comes to la pas, you change your place. Because bread goes with you, talks to one meal. Eat at least wherever you are benching. You do not have to be worried. You not have to be worried. Lemaisa, 52 points are very important for the Mishnah Berurah that if someone forgot to bench and is in a new place, you should go back, but if not, he's allowed to bench, even if he did not eat a kzayis. Pick it up from Sivchaf and Mirza Hashem.